Hey everyone, this is Kay and I welcome you back to my channel. The sun is about to set here in Melbourne where I'm currently living. You will notice a change of light anytime soon. I hope everyone is doing alright and I hope everyone has started this year with full positivity and light because we all need that. No matter where we are in life right now, we're either working too much or studying too much. Never forget to take a break. Again, it has been a few months back since my last video upload. I hope that this will change this year because last year was full of new opportunities with my career and having to travel from place to place and then having to come up something really special for me that I will definitely tell you all soon. But for now, this video is just gonna focus on reflecting on what happened last year and my goals and accomplishments that I want to achieve for this year in 2025. Reflecting is a really big part of my life. I try to practice and stay on top of that habit of just reflecting, even just for a day, a week, or even a month. But for the sake of this video, I just want to look back on what my year in 2024 has been and what lessons and things that I can learn from it to improve or better the year that goes ahead. Things that I'm very grateful for, lessons that I learned along the way, and the takeaways that I want to apply for this year. Back in 2024, I started it with joining a grad year program at a hospital that I didn't expect to get in. It was such a blessing in disguise because this hospital wasn't my first choice. But looking back on this journey that I'm about to finish, I'm like, wow, I'm glad that I made the right decision of taking this program. It was such a roller coaster ride, not gonna lie, especially the first half of the year because I was in a more acute setting, let's just say that, and then transitioned onto the second half in a more stable, inpatient setting. Aside from joining the grad program, I was able to meet very lovely friends along the way. It happened so unexpectedly to the point that we all just started to meet with each other for the sake of one goal, and that one goal is to just vent out, release all our stress and worries, and be able to relate with one another because we're all grads. We all started at the same time, we're all on the same frequency. So we're just trying to find a footing into where we are placed at the hospital. And then, little did I know, after the first meetup, we were constantly at least seeing each other once a month. And here in Australia, if you see each other once a month, it's already a big thing. I don't know much about the other countries, but yes, here in Australia, the work life balance here is quite insane, especially if you work in a healthcare setting. That's why I'm very truly grateful that we try to fit each other's schedules, try to swap our shifts as much as possible just so we can all meet on the same day that we wanted. Last year, I also got to see my top three big artists, which are Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, and Rise. The Eras tour was literally almost a year ago from now, and it's so unbelievable. Looking back at it, I still have so many nostalgic memories. I'd never expected to actually get a ticket because I actually got the ticket last minute from one of my good friends. And so being able to see Taylor Swift in person and just being there in that concert was definitely a blast. Same goes with the Guts tour. It was like a 3-day tour as well. I was singing my heart out. I think majority of Olivia's songs I was able to, you know and sing and just be in that moment. And then I also got to witness not only for a concert but also for a fan site event for one of my fave boy groups in K-pop, which is Rise. I'm just so over the moon, like having to see them in person. Because I don't know, I just love this group with all my heart and soul to the point I even put up like a mark here. But recently with that in mind, a lot has been happening in this group, and that includes the fandom, the stand where rises if they're gonna be a 6 or 7. One of the reasons why I'm off the radar is because of that. It really affected my mental health negatively. 3 months just taking my time off social media, putting all on private, and not even like uploading any more posts in my TikTok account. That's how it badly affected. Other than attending those concerts, I was able to travel overseas after 4 years of just being here in Melbourne when the COVID hit and not having the chance to travel back and forth. So when I was able to finish my studies and then had like a solid foundation of how my grad year was going, I took the opportunity to travel back home in the Philippines and then have a quick family trip in Thailand. And then around the end of this year, I was able to go to Bali with my family and a very good set of friends and relatives to witness my sister's wedding. And I was also able to reunite with a very, very close friends of mine back in the Philippines, my best friend in high school, and my best friend when I was in grade school. I was also able to meet up some of my group mates in my dance group. It was definitely such a fruitful year for me to look back on because having to stay in one place for 4 years was a bit of a scary thing. Having to do this robotic cycle of just work, eat, sleep, repeat, study, work, eat, sleep, repeat, study. It's just constantly going every year, having to juggle work and studies. Traveling was definitely a major component of helping me get out of my shell and enjoying life. So that was my 2024 reflection. And now, here in 2025, I do hope that I'll be able to achieve more goals. The quote that I want to keep in mind for this year is to do it scared. If not now, then when? At the beginning of this year, I unexpectedly received a message from one of my former senior high educators or teachers. If he ever sees this, send me a message saying that, "Hey Kay, how long are you gonna be here in Cebu?" So I was like, how did he know that I'm here? I didn't disclose anything publicly. But anyway, maybe word of mouth from one of my classmates, I guess, that he found out I was here. And so, yeah, I just told him the truth that I'm in Cebu and that I'm only here until this date. And so he then invited me to become one of the speakers for my school. And that was so unexpected because I only had like at least 4 days of preparation time to complete like a 15 to 20 minute worthy presentation talking about my experiences in abroad and the importance of choosing the right strand for you to help with your career. And so at first I was so hesitant because I was actually very sick on that day. And having this positive attitude by saying like, "Oh, I still have enough time to recover myself." But you know what? It got worse to the point that I can't even speak. And so my mom got really worried and said that, "Do you need to continue with this? Because I'm worried that, you won't be able to pull off your 100% best in front of everyone." Felt like at that time, okay, if I rejected this opportunity, it won't knock on my door again. Because the backstory of this is the same teacher actually messaged me, I think about almost 5 years ago, back in 2020, to also invite me as one of the speakers in my school. Having the chance to invite me again is actually a blessing that I want to take despite all the odds. But I'm glad that I was able to pull it off successfully. I'm glad that I did it scared. And I'm glad I took the opportunity. The opportunity actually gave me a lot of realizations, especially in my age right now. You have to step outside of your comfort zone as much as possible. And that's what I did. One of the reasons why I was also very busy when I was back in the Philippines is because I was also preparing and practicing to cover Espa's Supernova with my K-pop dance cover group, the ninth era. So having to juggle that, then being sick and having to prepare the presentation was like, I'm not gonna put myself in this position ever again. Yes, you heard me right earlier. It's best to do it scared, but at the same time, it's also best to coordinate things accordingly. Like, never just say yes to something that you think that mentally and physically you can't pull it off. And so you just really need to listen to your body, listen to your mind. It's either you have to give up something in order for you to be able to juggle the other things. But if you have faith in yourself that you can do everything, why not? I still have faith in myself, and that's what matters. And I was able to pull it off. One of the things that I really look forward for this year is being able to establish my very own business. I can't wait to establish it real soon. I'm so excited, but at the same time, I'm so nervous because I keep delaying the launch week by week because I still can't figure out what else I need to do. I feel like I was able to tick majority of the boxes. However, I have this fear of not being able to promote or market well. So that's the aspect that I'm trying to do. That's also one of the reasons why I was off the radar last year because I was focused on doing a lot of research, a lot of reading, watching videos from content creators who are already established with their businesses, having to coordinate with a type of niche, a company name, the vision and mission of what my business is all about. So it took a lot of months and months of planning, strategizing to the point that I hope that it does get successful over time because I feel like this kind of direction with my business is what resonates with me. And so hopefully it will bring good results. Stable, but good results. I'll have to be 100% and completely honest. I'm still very worried, anxious, scared, any word that you can name. It's because, you know, that saying where we still don't know what the future holds. Yes, we do try our best to plan for our future as much as possible, but at the same time, also have to trust in God's plans because God's plans are far greater than mine. Sometimes I just need to sit back, relax, and let God do the rest. Some of the plans that we want for us or for our life is not going to happen because God believes there's something better. If it's meant to happen for us, it's meant to happen. There's a lot of things I still want to mention, whether transitioning into my mid 20s and then hopefully being able to get into a relationship. Can't believe I'm saying that in the video. It doesn't have to be this year. And so that's why I leave it all to God because I know God will give me the right one. Anyways, I think I was able to share a lot than I wanted it to be. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know it's quite extensive. It does sound like a podcast type of thing. I also do hope that I'll be more active in this platform starting this year. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video and I'll see you next time.